fun day with your boy Trapvision 3D. The show must go on. My apologies for being a tad bit late. Wanted to go through some stuff, man. Wanted to get my wrist check out the way. What's going on? I see Mr. Wood is in the building. I see let's see. Ramon, what's going on, sir? How you doing? Welcome in, welcome in. This may be a short and sweet, straight to the point type of show because there are a lot of shows that's going on tonight. I saw the Watch Hangout is gonna be live tonight, and there are a number of YouTube videos that you can watch. They came out like 5 hours ago, 7 hours ago, and they're all pertaining to watches. Everybody has, you know, what's funny. We get his wrist check in a minute. Um, in some cases, it's almost as if they're like collabing with each other or they're talking to each other behind the scenes, and like everybody's like hitting the same content, right? Like they're all covering the same thing. It's funny how this stuff works out. What up? Come on, what's going on? What's good? What's good? Let's see here. All right, we may be joining. We may have somebody else on the screen with us at some point. Um, but wrist check. What do you guys have on? Come on, I saw that watch, bro. We're gonna talk about that too. So right now, I am rocking. Y'all see it right there. One of my favorites. Yeah, I'm real big on this glycine. I'm digging the glycine stuff. But I'm going to be talking about upcoming shows. So tomorrow morning, if you guys are up, if you're on lunch, if you're working and stuff like that, I will be up at Kokomo, and we're going to be talking about Citizen. Watch a Citizen. Where's my Citizen? I do have a Citizen somewhere around here somewhere. Oh, yep. So this right here. So you got a Boulevard Marine Star on? Cool beans. So this watch right here was last year's model, right? And this is like a collaboration. It's like Save the Ocean type of deal. But there are some new models that came out for 2025. And Jake over there, Trifecta, just happens to have a few of these pieces. And yeah, we're gonna dive into that tomorrow, so you guys get a up close and personal of what watches he has to offer for those that's looking for Citizen. Plus, we got some other stuff that's gonna be going on, and you guys know I like to walk through. So if there's something that you're looking for, you want to see, let me know, and I'll walk over to. If it's the Boulevard, if it's long jeans and stuff like that, let's knock that out. I've been working around the house this weekend, so I'm wearing a G-Shock, a DW9052. All right, Mr. Wood. You still sophisticated and fancy, Mr. Long Jeans, Squale man. Yeah. And then this is the one though. This is the one thing. I'm doing the update. So y'all know I got visitor, right? Visitor watch. So I'm gonna tell you guys something. I had two visitor timepieces. And so this is a story. I no longer have the my favorite visitor. I like this one. Don't get me wrong. I think this one is dope. 40 millimeter, but that 40 was it 42, 43 millimeter piece that I had before, that watch was just phenomenal. It was just amazing. But what happened was when we were doing the like what happened to my son or whatever, we were doing the, getting money and stuff like that, was getting money and putting money towards um any information on finding the people that did that to him, right? So I got rid of some watches. I sold some watches, and I'm telling you, Kokomo Watch Company came through, and they did end up purchasing a number of my watches. But the biggest thing that really got me was them showing up for the viewing, right? And Kokomo, granted, that's like a 40-minute drive from their hometown to here, but that night when we had the viewing, they showed up. They were there, and they've been very supportive through this whole ordeal. So um, that was a part of one of the things I did was because they showed love and stuff like that. So I came off of that watch, right? I came off of it, That's one of those pieces, man. And I'm sure you guys have watches in your collection that's non-negotiable that you would not get rid of no matter what. Right. That was one of those. But um, you can't put a price on friendship and brotherhood. And they man, I'm gonna show you this. Where is it? I got an everyday achievement award from Kokomo Watch Company. Yeah, I got this last year, 21st of February last year, signed by the watch department. And I thought it was fun. It was funny when they gave it to me, man. But I don't take those things lightly. It just I got that saying, bro. It all started with a watch. So our relationship started with that. Hold on, let me see here. Uh, okay. Double wrist and Longines Zulu time. Deluxe. Deluxe FKM rubber strap. Hey, you know what? I was looking at I can't remember what video that was. I was watching that and I wasn't no, you know what? It was actually a visitor video. And I was looking and they mentioned Deluxe straps. So I went over there and was checking them out last night. And I was like, yo, they got some heat. And they got this strap, man. I got to get that for my PRX, bro. Where the heck is it? I don't know what I just did. I literally just took off my PRX. Maybe I put it back in the box. I think yes, back in the box. Let's see here. Tag, don't forget tag on here. Euchre, man. Oh man, yeah, yeah. Yo, DK's in the building. Sir Vincent. Yeah, man. Welcome in, everybody. So, all right, let's get into the brass tacks of everything. So the biggest thing that I want, this week that's coming up is tomorrow, like I said, if you just got here, tomorrow morning I will be in Trifecta and we'll be showcasing all of the new citizens that came in. Then I'm gonna talk about that. Matter of fact, let's stop right there. Citizen versus Seiko. I just literally looked at a video talking about Citizen versus Seiko. And for those you guys that are Seiko fans, right? And you can put this in the chat if you see some replay, or you can put it in now. Do you think that Citizen offers better options than Seiko? Or do they pay or they give their collectors, their fans, more than Seiko? Because this video I saw earlier today, it alluded to um Seiko going up on price and not so much going up on quality or anything, just giving people and number limited stuff. They talked about the Jaws watch that's coming out, which that's pop culture stuff. So that thing's gonna sell out. Plus, that from what Jake was telling me, that watch is extremely limited. And it wasn't that it was, I forgot how many it was. I forgot the number. I think it was an extremely low number, but it was opened up worldwide, and majority of it didn't come to America, even though Jaws is an American classic. Yeah, and I think that's what was like a big argument. I think it was on Reddit. It was a lot of people that was like just in an uproar about it. And some Seiko fans are feeling slighted, right? But this video I saw today, uh, it broke down how Citizen was like pretty much failing with their old tired designs, and then it was a shift. They come out with all these new colorways, super titanium, the Ciosa, and they just been up, and they're doing a lot better. I don't know how as far as sales wise, but from what this video was saying, Citizen is doing a lot better than Seiko. But I want to know from you guys, what would you prefer, Citizen over Seiko, or you're ride or die Seiko? Let me see. Let me get into the chat real quick. Uh, let's see here. Angela Critter's in the building. What's happening? Let me get into the chat real quick. Julius. Citizen and Seiko have always been in a tug of war. Right now, Citizen is tugging the line. Man, I like more Citizen style than Seiko. Okay. All right. Yo, and Citizen Seiko and Casio cater to the foreign buyers. Our dream watches from these companies are readily available in the Philippines. Really? Wow. And that's the other thing too, is like I know there are some JDM mods, like you either get them when they open up that window for it, or you have to buy a secondhand from people. There was a anime watch that, you know what? Speaking of which, oh man, I did it. I had bought some watches, man. So I want to show you. I was gonna do a video, but I don't know what happened. Forgot all about it. But before I go on to anything else, this wasn't even a part of what I was gonna do. But I went on Amazon and I ordered two watches. It ain't nothing. So before anybody in the chat, that's gonna be like, yo, see, I told you he bought another watch. These watches are like dirtball cheap, man. It was like $30 for two watches. I did a members only video on these watches. So people that are members of the channel, you guys already seen these watches, but I think they're real fun. They're extremely fun looking watches. And what inspired me for that was, oh, what was that? Hold up. Good evening. Welcome in. Welcome in. All right. So what I got was, don't even ask me the name of, I don't even know the name of it, but this is a watch that I ordered uh from Amazon. It was like 20 bucks or something like that. Or 18, 20. Yeah, I think it was like 20 bucks. It's like a little anime watch. And what's that company? D1 something. Watch Chris did a video on it last year. And then of course they got the Seiko. No, not Seiko. Casio did like an anime watch. And which I thought was pretty cool. And you can only get it, man, it was hard to get. And if you wasn't in there in that window, it was done. But this one you can just get. You can go order this thing, man. And I'm gonna give these away too. I'm gonna give these away. These are, yeah, and I mean they stupid like, bro, like it's crazy. So look at it's crazy, ain't it? Little quartz timepiece. I think it's cool, it's fun. Anime, I think this would be cool to for anybody that loves anime, going to doing cosplay, going to those Comic Cons and stuff like this. This would be like the best watch to wear, I think, if you wore an outfit that contrast to black or that match with the black. And then of course I have the white version. Yeah. I think I thought they were fun. And I'll probably pay, what did I pay for both of these together? I think it was like $34 for both, like all together. 34, $35, somewhere around there. Real fun watches. Yes, thank you, Rob. Mr. Wood got it on. Yeah, that's the, let me pin that right there. What did it pin? What is going on, YouTube? There we go. Yeah. Thanks. I see you, Eric. I see you. Yeah, so I'm gonna give these watches away, man. I'm gonna give these away. I'm giving both of these away. Somebody be able to get these. And the box that came in says fat. Well, one came in the box, the other came in a bag. But I'll put like I'm gonna give both of them away together. Black and white, you know what I'm saying? Yin yang. I think that'll be dope for somebody. Um and we'll come up with something because I am gaining on, we're getting closer and closer, we're edging a little bit closer to 5,000 subscribers, and at the 5,000 subscriber mark I'm going to be giving a watch away that was given into the channel. And as soon as we hit that, we're going to keep it moving. All right, now going back to what's coming, basically I am going to hold on, am I receiving a message? All right. I had to clear that. Sorry, y'all. Okay. All right. So Wednesday, I will be sitting with the founder of Visitor, right? I'm not going live. This is going to be a video out, it'll upload Friday. And it's just going to be an update, and we're gonna see what he's been up to, what you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to do an update because let me say this. We all get to see every watch, every micro brand. I know Jody did one like the top 25 micro brands last year, and everybody has their own personal preference, right? So each one of you guys in the chat, if you have a particular micro brand that you gravitate towards, I know that that's your brand. That's what you like. And I'm going to include independents in there, like Christopher Ward and stuff like that. But I had a question. This one, I want to ask you guys this too. For all of the watches, all of the micro brands that you guys know of, that you're familiar with, um, which one or which brands do you consider to have the same vibe or same feeling, or like has the same, like, what's the word I'm looking for? So you guys know how Rolex is considered like you're reaching for the crown. It's the watch that has an outstanding legacy. It has been to mountaintops. It has been on the wrist of leaders, man, with dreams. It has been in so many meetings. It was actually been in the air. There's been pilots, and that's the other thing too that's not talked about. It's always talked, like Rolex is always talked about as far as star power. Celebrities that wear them. And like the Explorer, of course, went to Mount Everest and stuff like that. But shoot, there were pilots that were wearing their Rolexes into battle, right? Like I hardly ever hear. I heard like one or two people talk about this on their channels, but that's truth. And like I've talked to veterans that wore Rolexes, right? They didn't look at the Rolex as a status symbol. They looked at it as a rite of passage. They looked at it as like it was an expensive watch, right? And as far as like society is concerned, it was like the creme de la creme. And that was something that a whole unit wanted to get. They said, hey, we want every man in our little unit to have one of these. I'm hearing these stories, right? And you guys wouldn't get that because it's not public. But I know that Rolex has, like a prestigious history way outside of the marketing hype, the beast, you know what I'm saying, whatever, the hyper beast. What's up, House of X? Welcome in. But my thing is, what micro brand or independent has the same vibe as a Rolex and AP Patek? And yes, I will even say on like craftsmanship, on durability, or just having just that X factor. Is there a micro brand right now that you can honestly say across the board a lot of people gravitate towards? And I'll just say this. I think, in my personal opinion, I think one that is just has a cult following like none other is Christopher Ward. And they're not an independent. They're definitely micro brand. They're definitely independent brand. But I was trying. I was thinking about this because I know I was going to ask you guys this. What other brand is there? And I'm getting to like I'm leading up to talking about Visitor, but you know what are the most impactful brands out there that you guys have come across that you've experienced? Bell and Ross. Okay. Bell and Ross is. Bell and Ross isn't talked about fairly enough. And their ties to the military and aviation is ridiculous. And I know people that own Bell and Ross, it's just, I don't know, man. That's some crazy stuff, man. What was I looking at this morning? I'm trying to think. Oh, I just happened to I had my coaster. What do you guys think about that? I think Studio Underdog is another brand that has like this notoriety that is just is undeniable, you know. And granted, I know some people have complained. I read a lot of comments about this. People love the way this thing looks. Some people are not really keen to the watermelon, the avocado, the eggs, and stuff like that. They don't like those things. But there's no denying. I was looking at a show, and this was overseas. I can't remember what YouTube channel I was looking at, where it was like the most expensive studio underdog piece that got auctioned off or something like that. It's pretty dope. But I think that's another brand that, you know, in history, if there was a okay, let's say this. Imagine horology story told on Netflix. What watch brands do you think will be included in that conversation? Because you already know AP is gonna be in there, Rolex gonna be in there, Omega most definitely is gonna be in there, and IWC is that movie out yet? Is the F1 right? Man, you know what? Darn it, I should went to the movies tonight. There's a bunch of movies, man. 28 years later is out. I need to go see that. But anyway, I got distracted. I'm sorry. Hannibal, what's going on? Let me go. Okay, Bell and Ross. Islander has to be a run. Oh, Islander. Yes. Zellos. Oh my gosh, bro. That's Zellos. That what was it like $1,700, 1,400, 19, whatever the case is. It's more of an expensive one. Um, dude, Zellos is a beast, bro. Zellos is a freaking beast. Yeah. If there was a Netflix special, I couldn't imagine um Zellos not being a part of the conversation. I couldn't. That one, man, Zellos is just, man, that is a crazy, that's wild. Sam Martin, Kuo for sure. You know, I saw them last year at Wind Up. I was impressed with it. I tried it on. It's a very comfortable watch. And I wouldn't mind having that watch in my collection. There are some brands, and you know, let me just say this. In some cases, I would like to see more brands, some of those brands that I discovered, that's been out for a long time, but that I've discovered, and I'm like, yo, why isn't anybody talking about this? But in some cases, I'm glad they're not talking about it because the more coverage they get, that that lessens my chance of buying it because I'm not ready to buy another watch just yet. And my pockets ain't deep like that. There's a number of watch. I mean, if I had it my way, there's at least 15 watches that I would love to get right now. At least 15. Yes, 15. Yes, 15. Formex is at the top of my list on that one, man. Formex and Fortis. Two brands that, man, oh man. I ain't even gonna get into that, man. I could do a whole video on just my love for these two brands, just the Fortis, and I was so impressed with the display out in Chicago last year, and I'm gonna see it again as if I didn't see it the first time. I am going to in 2 weeks. I'm going to be in Chicago, Lord willing, and I'm gonna see it again, just to touch it and to breathe it in and put it on my wrist. Yeah, the eye candy, yeah, that thing is for real. And I told you, man, the Formex. I'm telling the Formex company should give me a piece of my body back because that I'm telling you, they made the Formex from a piece of my bone. And yeah, I'm telling you, the meteorite one, that belongs to me. That's mine. I don't know how they got, a piece of my wrist, but yeah, I need that back. I need that back. I need it right there. Okay. That's not supposed to be going away from me. Yep, F1 is out this weekend. Okay, I want to go see that because I love man Top Gun. And yeah, they like Top Gun and I love racing anyway. And I know like the last time F1 was here in Indy, 2005. That was the last time, and it was like something with the tires. It was something stupid happened, and they never been back to Indianapolis. Let's see here. Zodiac and Rado. Rado is so underrated. I'm going to put Rado in a place because Rado has a watch, a ceramic timepiece, and I looked at one of the representatives literally walk me through how they do their link process. If one is off, they throw out the whole batch. They just say, nope, start over. Let's, you know what I'm saying? Like they are the perfection of this, man. And gosh, man, that's a beautiful watch, man. You know, and it went up by like what? Jeez, I think it went up by $500 this year. The one I was looking at went up from last year, but I still want it. I still want it, and it's still a cheaper version than getting what was the watch I was looking at? Not the Frank Mueller. It was, what was that watch? Not Jacob and Co. What's Hublot? Hublot has a watch similar to that Rado, but that Rado to me looks a lot better. It's a lot thinner, and it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. I'm talking about that Hublot was 30,000, no, 21,000 for that all ceramic case, everything. But the Rado was, when I saw it at the time, was 2,300. Now that sucker's like, it's like 3,000 or just like just under 3 grand. Nomos is a silent killer, man. Zodiac, but Zodiac, man, dang boy, Zodiac just, I don't know, man. It's crazy. We have F1 every year in Austin, but it's so expensive. I bet, man. You know what, Rob? When I came to Austin, which I gotta come back out there, I absolutely love Austin. Oh my gosh, that was my first time ever going out there. Whoo, boy, I went, like, I just toured, just drove through that thing, and okay, so I got a guest, special guest coming in, and he's coming in hot, and we about to switch up the flow real quick. And yo, what up, bro? Man, chilling. How you? Yeah, you moving like a robot though a little bit, but you good. Uh-huh. Oh, and listen, we good to go. You know what's funny? This is gonna be very interesting because the way your internet's going right now, your voice is coming through clear. Your body is moving like a robot, so it's going to be like a visual podcast, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? So we got it. We got it. We go right. Man, let me see. Oops, we can't. Let's see. Right. Okay, they say they can't. You can't hear his voice. It's frozen. They say you're frozen. Okay, hold on. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
All
Well,
right, is this
like
any better?
you're looking clear, a lot clearer, and everything. Everybody, we have the infamous Ryan Johnson, Mr.
Whoa,
Invicta
whoa, whoa, whoa,
himself.
wait. Not infamous. Infamous is notoriety for doing something bad.
You have done something bad, sir.
Well, not that bad to be infamous.
Man, listen, y'all. This is always it's always a treat to talk to this guy, man. I remember, gosh, man, it's been so long, bro. Um, Back in the day, talking to you through the shopping networks, and then us talking over the phone, and us going on cruises together, the push-up contest, which I've always loved. That's it's been enjoyable. But bro, the thing that people don't know is, outside of Invicta, some people know this, but for those that don't know, outside of Invicta, this has become a brother of mine, right? This is, and y'all know I say that it all started with a watch. Our relationship grew. Got a chance to go to Minnesota for the first time, and man, I love Minnesota. It's so beautiful. If you've never been, to Minnesota, you have to go. Oh my gosh, you have
Yeah,
to
and
go.
you
It's
weren't even
beautiful.
here at the like the nice part. It was the middle. I remember it was in the middle of March, and there wasn't any snow. It was, I
Right.
mean, the weather was all right, but I mean, you come in the summertime like now, that's when you got to come next, brother.
Man,
That's when
hey,
it's good.
listen, I'm definitely gonna make this happen, man. But I'm glad to have you here, man, because I was talking to the guys and gals that's watching,
Yeah,
and I was letting them know my upcoming shows. And I have a citizen show I'm doing tomorrow morning. I
nice.
have a show with Visitor Watch Company, which is, if you've never seen it, this is one of their brands right here, one of their watches right here.
Oh, nice.
And it's, yeah, I absolutely love this watch. And then I have an Invicta timepiece, and I'm actually looking forward to reviewing that watch, right? Because what's
Yes.
going to happen is I'm doing a unboxing, first reaction. Then I'm gonna, I'm gonna wear it for a little bit and really get into it, dig into it, and I'm going to do a comparison review because I have a number. I don't know if you noticed or not. I got a couple Invicta pieces just lying around here
Yeah,
everywhere.
that's what I read on the internet.
so so yeah, I want to do that, man, and just overall seeing. And one of the reasons I wanted you to come on today, bro, is because you are the expert when it comes to Invicta watches, man. But I want to ask you, in your years, was it 15 years of Invicta experience, bro? Like, what was your very first? I love this watch. Do you remember your first? I fell in love with this watch piece.
Yeah, actually, it was even before I was working for Invicta full time. It was when I got that model 8928. It's a 40 millimeter pro diver, two
Ooh.
tone, blue bezel, blue dial, 40 millimeters automatic. Had the Miyota, has the Miyota movement. I still have it. I think I'm in Minnesota right now, but it's down in Florida. Yeah, I just love that watch. I wanted something that was going to, at the time, it was smaller timepiece, and that's the smallest I go. I go to 40, down to 40. I have, like, right here, I have a 42 glycine.
Mm,
I think this speedway right here, I think this is 40 itself. I don't think it's 42. It's almost got like a
mm.
little bit purple tint to the dial.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's a classic, brother.
Yeah, yeah. So, um, I wanted something, that first watch, that was just going to, like I say on the shows, and what I've told everybody probably 10 million times, is that just something that I could wear everywhere, and just
Mm,
look great casual, look great dressed up, and it actually still does. I still have that watch, and I bought different watches just with that 40 millimeter pro diver, to just accommodate, just because I like the different colors. I like the style, I like the design and everything. So
right.
yeah, I mean, that's like, I guess, as Godfather said, that's the watch that slapped me in the face. And that's when I was that's when I was modeling. At the time, I bought some Renatos too, and gave those to my dad once I then I started out with Invicta. Just doesn't make sense to wear those watches and stuff, and he enjoyed those too. But he's actually amassed an Invicta collection himself. Pretty nice. Probably about 2 dozen watches over the years. I bought him
Mm,
some, and then he would just. I remember one time he was wearing this watch this week. It's one of his favorites. He bought a Valjoux 7750 on this Pro Diver Reserve with, it's got blue. His favorite color is blue too, and a little bit of black on the bezel, and just a super hot watch. So yeah, he has
mm.
the Invicta bug also.
Bro, what's crazy, bro? So this is the thing, though, and I'm so glad you're here, bro, because I get to be direct. We're not talking business when it comes to shop and all these other places that you've
Yeah.
been. We're talking culture,
Mhm.
bro. I don't know if it's ever hit you and the ladies and everybody that you work with. Bro, did you know how many people you guys impacted to where like the Rex the Cookie guy, right? You're like, I'll never like, dude, you would never forget certain names, right?
Yeah.
You got Magnum Vic, right? People
Mhm.
like renaming themselves after the
Venom
watches,
Kevin. Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? And bro, it's crazy that of all your years, 15 years, of representing this brand, bro, you have impacted the lives of so many people, man. We saw somebody get married on the cruise.
Yep.
So they got engaged 2018. They got married on the very next cruise boat, and people are just like, we love Ryan, we love Kendi, Jay-Z. Like, bro, like, do you ever think about the impact you've caused? Like, you know what I'm saying? Does
Yeah.
that ever hit
Oh,
you?
I think about that all the time, and I know I still can't comprehend the entire impact in every single person. But the thing is too, it impacts me quite a bit also, just with all the great people that that I talked to or that I met or that have sent me a note on social media. I got a text message from Vic Kyler today. I got a text message from Kevin Venom Kevin. So it's just like
Right.
it's cool. I mean, it just really humbles me, and to be very thankful for the position and opportunity I have to be able to be in contact and to be a point person. And that's what I've always said. I love being the contact between the company and also the customer out there. And for example, just went to Godfather's barbecue. I know you weren't able to
Yeah.
make it this. I know you weren't able to make it this round, but saw a bunch of the guys and the ladies there, and it's always fun to just catch up and talk and see what's been going on over a year. If we hadn't talked in between that time, and I don't know. I got to say, I think it's the time I laugh most in my life is when I'm with the Invicta collectors. It's like, I mean, yeah, you're part of it. See, I just say it, and the guy starts laughing, right?
Hey, bro, because I remember Stupid Face Weekend, bro.
Hmm. Yep, a lot of shit went down that weekend. That's why
Oh
I'm
my
infamous.
gosh, bro.
So,
Hey, man. And who would have thought that like watches would have created such a fuss, and I know like I know there's so many questions, man. And I know when you come in the building, I know people love to see you. They love to get you, but then you get the questions like, Ryan, when are you gonna get this? When are we gonna get that? Because that was
yeah.
on the cruise. That was on
Mhm.
the cruise, bro. I want to say this for those that don't haven't seen this. I've seen Ryan in his most comfortable position where he's just relaxed. He wasn't under the strain of being like the first cruise, the first four cruises,
Yeah, the first
like on
one
the
was
collector's
crazy.
cruise. Yeah, I heard. And I wasn't on that one, bro.
Mhm.
Let me ask you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you say it's crazy.
Yeah.
What was one of the
So,
craziest
well,
things?
because the whole thing of it was crazy because I didn't know what to expect. We had what 2,500 collectors out there. Everybody who worked on putting the cruise together, I really wasn't a part of that. Like just the logistics and getting everything kept on getting more and more every single year. But I was just like, holy crap! Like here I am, and it's interesting because two things. So just to go off a tiny little diatribe is when you're at the network and you're in the studio, it's you and the host. So it'd be like me and also like let's say Jen Vick. We're working together, Kendi. And and then we have because when I first started, they had everybody was on cameras. It was all human, but now they're called robotics. So there's a control room and they're controlling all the cameras remotely. So there's only really a visual in there and maybe a model. So there are you and your host and one, maybe two other people. And what happened was one day I had to go to a meeting in the watch department back then, and I had to walk through the entire building and I looked every single cube, every single desk had a TV on it. And people were, saying hi and everything. And I didn't know who they were, but they knew who I was because I was on the TV. And I was like, oh my
Right.
gosh, like everybody in this building knows who I am. And, those of us who are in front of the TV, well, and it just really struck me. And I'm like, but then that's just in one building in Minnesota. Now, of course, they're all watching it. They all, I think, probably had to have it on, it was mandated. But then you just take that 93 million homes in which people could tune into. And whether they're tuning in or not, whether they caught your show or not, or what they saw your show and started tuning in. And learning about you, that's like on the ship then, it was really for me like sensory overload. And I just felt compelled to try to say hi to everybody, as many people as I could. I would be out there talking to people, taking photos, answering questions, whatever it was. It was just being around because everybody showed up. And if I mean, my take was you can't be off doing other things. I mean, these are the people who watch you, that have gotten to know you over time, and
Mhm.
you need to spend some time with them. And I just remember I was so tired. I was just on the whole time, like just being on, like, I mean, just, with everybody around. And I was so tired. I would just go to my room and take a 15-minute nap, set my phone timer on for 15 minutes, get up, maybe just go to the bar and get a Red Bull or whatever it was, and then just go out and just try to be around the people again, and the collectors.
Sheesh.
And that was, I mean, it was a lot. And even the very first cruise, and it turned into a thing every year. When the cruise was getting ready to leave at 4 p.m., everybody was gathered in the Lido deck, kind of that main area. And then, hey, he gave me a microphone. He's like, go get them riled up. And I was like, well, what am I going to say? He's like, you'll figure it out. So I just went up there, and I think it worked out pretty well to get people going. But, you just see all these people there that came from all around the country, man. I mean, how fulfilling is that? And how
That's crazy, bro.
humbled I feel by that. It's just like you can't, and it's funny because everybody wants to chat. And there was times I had to have someone with me, a wrangler, because if I had to get to a show,
Mm.
I I had to go across the ship. And if I'd stop and say hi to somebody, or if somebody wanted me to sign a hat or a dive case, I'd do that. I always try to keep a permanent marker on me. But if I needed to be somewhere, then the wrangler would be, hey, he's got to go, because I didn't want to stop and people were in line and just cut one person off and say, I'm sorry, I got to go. So I felt bad about that. So I had the
Mm.
wrangler do it, because they were managing my time at certain times. And, because I didn't want to disappoint anybody. So,
Yeah, I remember. I think I want to say that was 20. I think it was the last cruise. You and Justin come out and you said, "Hey, I'm Justin." And he said, "Hey, I'm Ryan." And like it was like a whole thing going back and forth. So that kicked off. I think, in my opinion, 2018 and 2020 were the two best crews. Now I missed 2017, but I just fed off. Actually, Bob Cohen explained to me how 2017 was, and
mhm.
he said that, like, everybody got like a free watch, a pro diver, or something in their room or something like that. And I remember in 2018, they gave there was like a bag for the ladies, and then the gentleman had like a bunch of Invicta swag. So you guys like literally took care. But like, dude, I'm telling you, that was like a magical moment. In my opinion, it's like the equivalence of going to Magic Kingdom. That's just for
Yeah.
me. I can't speak for nobody else, but that was one COVID. We were just talking about this. Matter of fact, when you guys was on JTV, you said this. You and Fatima was talking. We just missed being stuck on that ship by like a couple days.
Yeah. It was like a week or less. Like, we would have
Right,
all gotten to know each other. Well, I don't, maybe not. Maybe we would all been quarantined to our rooms, I think. But
bro.
yeah, we would have been blowing up that Carnival chat or whatever it was. So
Gosh,
yeah, could you
that would have
imagine if,
been
like,
nuts.
I think people are on there stuck on cruises for
Like for months,
like
bro. Like,
a month or two at least. Yeah,
yeah,
because
I was
nobody knew what
like,
was going on.
now
Hmm.
I'm gonna tell you what the and the COVID was crazy, but the craziest thing or the best thing that I remember is those cruise ships had been out there so long, and then when they finally allowed them to come in, we saw a flood of some very older Invicta pieces. So everything that was on those ships came inland, and
Mm.
we were sitting at home, and I just happened to be looking at Invicta stores, and I said, "Oh, They got Valjoux. They got order. I was ordering watches
Heyday.
like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And they were dirtball cheap, man. They were a lot cheaper than what I've ever seen them. So I think like 2020 to 2022 was like a phenomenal time to buy Invicta.
Heyday. Yeah.
Yup.
Yeah.
We got Bob Cohen in here. We got
Oh,
Don
hi,
Juan,
Bob.
Jay Jones.
Don Juan.
Yup. Jay Jones said earlier that you were a bad influence on him. Like he
Oh,
spends like
sorry,
at
not sorry.
$80,000 a year. I know. Sorry, not sorry, right? Get out of here, Jay Jones. Nobody talking to you. Let's see. I felt like Norm from Cheers on those crews. Everyone was so friendly and shouted out
Yeah,
hello. All right, that
I
was
agree.
that's Bob Cohen putting in Don Juan. Man, so I want to talk about bro, you just showcased some nice watches the other day,
Yeah,
and one I had never, and I'm telling you this, I'm going on record saying this, I had never heard of a 7754.
yeah.
I never heard of
Well,
it.
funny thing on that is, I know we've had the 7751s that have the moon phase and everything and the
Yes.
dates and stuff on it, which is pretty cool. And I mean, there's still a watch. It's the Meteorite with the 7751, 47 millimeter Pro Diver Reserve with the gold and the silver tone with the blue bezel. I mean, that would be a watch I'd love to have. We did a couple different variations of it, but back to the 7754 though, I went through my email of 15 years. I did a search and I just simply
Mhm.
typed, because I have a Gmail account and I just typed in the 7754 to see if there was anything there that popped up from show runs or whatever that would flag it and be like, oh, okay, we did do one that I don't recall. I don't recall, and I could still be incorrect, but I don't recall ever presenting a watch with the 7754 in it before. I knew they're out there, but I don't, I never recall, like I said, maybe there was one, but recall ever presenting one of those movements before.
Okay, so I start the show with my glycine, but Ryan keep flexing on me. You keep flexing that watch, right? And and,
What's
and see,
that?
no, I see you flexing what's on your wrist. I see you flexing on what's on your wrist. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, since you want to flex yours, I'm gonna flex mine. How about
All right.
that?
All right.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
There we go. Hey, you know what? You know what we need to do? What never happened?
Yeah.
Um, you were supposed to do a battle with somebody. One Dave D. Think you were supposed to battle that guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to
Whatever
we need to
happened to
make
that?
that, huh?
Whatever happened with that?
I don't know. We're gonna have to get a battle between you and Dave D at Godfather's barbecue. We're gonna have to do
Mhm.
that because that needs to happen. I'm thinking like this. You got two legends. I mean, because I know what's in your collection, I know what he got, and I think you guys will be greatly matched against each other. Man, this will be a
Mhm.
very interesting battle, but we need to put that into play. And I think I
Yeah.
think everybody in the chat will feel the same way that we need to have an Invicta Ryan and Dave D Kimosabi battle
That'd be
2025.
cool.
Yeah, I think that'd be dope.
Oh, I
I
got a
think
little
that'd be
itch
dope.
here. Hold on. Just got a little itch. Oh,
Oh,
mm.
is that what we
What? What do you mean?
doing? Wow. Okay, so we double wristing. We double wristing.
No, I only got
Okay.
one. I only have one watch on. This was. I don't have anything on there. Only this one.
Oh, okay.
Did you
That's
see what it
that's
was?
that. Oh, that's what we doing now.
What do you mean?
Y'all see. Oh, okay, okay, all right. So you know what I'm saying. I'm gonna have to, I'm gonna have to
Wait,
hit
hold
him with
on.
some meteorite. You know what I'm saying. I have to, oh what? Oh man. Yeah,
You know
little
what?
something,
My
little
little
something slow.
meteorite, just like that's down in Florida, so I can't pull that one right now.
Hey, you know what? I think when you guys did this, I remember it. Like this thing
Yeah,
was crazy. Let me ask you something. Do you remember like when you guys were doing anytime you presented, can you remember a time where a watch sold out in like less than 10 minutes?
Yes, I know we've had that. I'm just trying to think like what immediately comes to mind for that. Um,
I'm gonna tell you. I know one
yeah,
that
tell me one.
chaos from 2020.
Hmm.
That thing sold out.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, which one? The meteorite, the diamond, or the mother of pearl?
So
Or was it
the
all of them?
mother pearl, all of them eventually. The mother pearl was like the last one to sell out, but that diamond and that meteorite, them things sold out immediately.
Yeah,
Immediately.
I have one mother of pearl, which is the yeah, that had the R150 in it.
Yep.
What were those? Were they 299 or 289 or did
They
they
was
bring
two.
it down?
They was 299.
Yeah, yeah. And
Um.
then for the mother of pearl, the black mother of pearl with the rose bezel, and then I got the silver, all silver with the gold tone bezel or diamonds.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
the two
got
of
the
them.
mother pearl with the Pepsi bezel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my jam right there.
Mm.
They Luciano said two piece. They're responding to. Oh, he flexing another one. Yeah, I purchased these reserves with value 7754. It's beautiful. Oh, that's come on. So come on posted his on Instagram yesterday, I believe. And dude, I don't care who
You
you
know,
are on Instagram. Nobody has taken a picture better than come on. Nobody.
yeah, yeah, he's got some great photos. You know, Kamon, he won the that sample of that first watch, the excursion with that module
Excursion,
in it,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I sent that out to him.
That was interesting, man. I would, you know what? And normally I see that like Invicta has always created the trend. If they did a homage piece, they did it in such an exploded view. They always had their own colorways. Like if it looked like a watch, there were similarities, but like it was just elaborate. That was one of those, that module. I've never seen another company do that module, right?
Mhm.
So I showcased that watch at a watchmaker, and they were looking at it and they was like, wait. They were trying to like decipher what was going on with the dial. And I said, that's an NX35. I did them like how you did me. You said what movement is that? I was like, man, I was stumped. I didn't know what it was.
Nobody
And
knew what it was when I brought it out in that cruise. Yeah.
man, and bro, when I told them it was NX35, they said it's not. I said it is.
Hmm.
It is. It's NX35. And they were like, that's crazy. And this is from a watchmaker.
Hmm.
That was not. Let me see. I had to wait a year till it returned. What's the initial X-wing Skelly sold out in minutes. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to think. It was another watch that gosh,
Well, I
I
remember I wasn't working for Invicta yet, but when we launched that first generation bolt, it was on a strap.
uh-huh.
Um, it was on a strap. I think it was poly, and then it went over to silicone. But I remember modeling on the show, and I I mean I can't even. I remember it was Jim Skelton. I think it was Al that were on the show, and I was modeling. And at the very end, like Jim asked for like, "Hey, how'd we do?" And we were like, I don't know, $300 away from a real special number that we did in an hour of sales. I mean, the thing just blew up. I don't know, it was like maybe 399 or 499, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just like it
Mm.
was it was insane, man. Like I don't even know because back then that was like 2008, I think,
Okay.
and not everybody's ordering online as easily as they did then. They had like just a boatload of call representatives too that were just on the phone, closing the deal, taking the next one, all in an hour, and it was just absolutely that was that
Sheesh.
was that was one of the biggest shows. That might have been the biggest show that I was ever a part of in terms of like units sold and what the revenue was
Right.
for that
Right.
is when the Bolt launched. And it was so different back then because social media wasn't what it is now, and everybody knew that the big today's top value, something really special, is going to kick off at 11 p.m. Central, midnight East, and people would wait. They didn't know what it was, and then it would just come out, and it was just like, bam, right out of the get go. It was a lot of fun.
Man.
Super exciting.
Bob Cohen said he still has his original boat on Poly
Yep.
when boats had boat pushers.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it was a watch. A matter of fact, I had went down to Tennessee and I went to a pawn shop, bro. I just went in there and I was looking. They had guns and stuff. They got like where were we at Gatlinburg? They got the biggest knife store, like surplus store down I've ever seen. This thing is beautiful. So there's a pawn shop next to it. So we leave out of there and I go to the pawn shop and they had some Invicta back there. And I ran into this one and I didn't know what the name was. I just picked it up. I said, "Oh, I got to get this." So
Hmm.
I posted it online, and Bob Cohen said, "Trap, that's a C mount." And Bob got like 3 or 4 colors. Man, Bob
Of
got
course he does.
everything, bro.
Of course he does. He opened the
Like,
doors to the museum and just like searched around. He's like, "Oh, here it is."
bro,
You said C vault?
C mount.
Oh, C mount. Yeah.
Yep, yep, that's the C mount. It's like the
Yeah,
compression
I've never
styles.
I haven't seen that one myself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's
You've
four
got the
digit. It's
internal
an older
rotating
one.
bezel. Yeah. Yeah. I
Yep,
haven't seen
yep.
that one.
I like it, bro. And it came with I think like five different colorways. And Bob he has them. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
was like, yo, that's crazy. But I remember there's 2 watches that you had presented before, and this was one of them. And that thing,
Mhm.
like the jailbreak, and that sold
Jailbreak.
out just
Yeah.
like that. I was like, crap.
The Imperious version, or it was the Invicta version?
I got both of them, but you had showed the Invicta version. I
Yeah,
had to
and
go all the way to New
we had
York to
the
get this one.
SW200 inside of there?
Yep,
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 okay,
yep,
yeah,
yep, yep, yep. That one has a 200. I actually have an Imperious version of that too, in black.
yep.
Um, I'll tell you another watch that you guys had that sold out, and I missed it twice. um, the Blue Label Pro Diver with the NH35. That watch sold
Mhm.
out blistering fast.
I think Bob, if I remember right, Bob got one of those.
The
One
C
of those
mount was in the
40
specialty
millimeter
family.
pro. One of those, I think Bob was really set on getting one of those pro divers with the blue label, that NH35 he had.
Bro,
Yep.
I was so mad. And I want to say Kendi, you and Kendi showcased that one, if I'm not mistaken. And I said, oh, I'm like, I got to get that one. And you sold out, and all y'all had left was another one that I didn't want. I said, nah, I don't want that one. So we had to wait like 7 months, 7 or 8 months. It came back, and I was at work when y'all started the show.
Well, that's what I heard.
And
I heard you were working there. And I'm, hey, let's put this in the show.
I said, God, dog. And I couldn't do it from work, man. I couldn't get on from work because we had customers and stuff. And I missed it the second time. And I didn't get it until I went on a cruise, and it just happened to be in the Invicta store when we got off the cruise ship.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah. Let's see. Bob, you a Vic brother. You and Vic brothers. He said you and Vic brothers. Yeah, so okay. Now, as far as you told me that you and Godfather got the same pro diver, right? Now, in the past, let's say in the past 2 years, which one of the Invicta pieces that really sparked your attention that you said, I just gotta have it, even if you bought it or not, the one that just really got your attention?
I really like the masterpiece versions of that
Mm,
52 millimeter or 52 millimeter grand diver with the meteorites and the 2824s. Yep. And then also with the tiger's eye and with the the green one. I'm just forgetting what the name of the stone was inside. The
yeah, somebody in the chat. I can't think.
it's escaping me.
Yeah, I know which one you talking about. I think don't Godfather has that one too, don't he?
Yeah, yeah, he does.
Okay.
With
I
the
think it
oh
was
my
the
gosh, I
first
can't
one.
remember the name of that stone. It's really cool.
All right, hold on, man. Yeah. And by the way, y'all, I didn't know he was gonna pick this one. I just happened to have it over here next. This is one of my
Yeah,
favorite
that
pieces
was
that you
funny. He
guys.
had it.
Yeah, this
But
was one of my favorite pieces.
I bought my dad one of those, a silver tone with the meteorite, and then I got the same one, and then I have other meteorites that I picked up on too with that. Maybe 5 or 6 different versions of it.
Yeah, I think that
Wow, that's
masterpiece was a
everything.
one and done.
Yeah, well, that was their numbered limited editions.
Now I'm gonna tell you, and then I gotta I blame stupid face Dickerson for this one, but and you too, because y'all sent him a freaking Kraken, and he talked about that thing so much. He talked about that Kraken just as much as Bob talked about that double barrel piece that he
Yeah,
got from you guys.
Venom
Yeah,
hybrid.
yeah. So I went out and got this one, this piece right here.
Is that with the? I have the same one. Yep,
Yup. This got the
that one's down in
R150.
Florida. Yep,
Yup. I've
it's got the white.
actually
It's got the white silicone in the bracelet, right?
yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, yep. There you go, right there.
yep.
So I'm actually taking this. So we're about to go on vacation, family vacation, and I was taking 10 watches with me, just like of course a bunch of die pieces, one elegant piece. But I think this is appropriate to take for like that right there screams vacation.
Hmm.
That's
Yep.
that thing. I'm sorry, R150 mother pearl. And for this thing to be the size it is, it wears so comfortably. It's well balanced.
Yeah,
Look at that
I
thing
agree.
right there. Ah, you know
Hmm.
what? And I will say this: internet or social media for those that want to come for me because I have it on Invicta. Leave it in the comment section what you want to say. We can talk about it later. I don't care. Hey, we're gonna tell it how it is tonight, Ryan. And I know we got limited time with you, bro.
Yeah,
Because I know you got some other stuff that you need to do. Um, but I want to kind of go back down memory lane with you, talk about some stuff,
always happy.
and just
Always happy to do that with you. So
man, bro. Now I do want to ask you: are you able? Will you plan on going to Godfather's next barbecue, or you may have
in
to work
that,
September? I think.
yeah, I don't know yet because I got a number of things going on actually just starting tomorrow for the next almost 2 months. So in July and August are going to be a little bit hectic. So I will try, and once I figure out, I'll let you know. Yeah,
Okay,
if I
okay,
can make it, I will for sure. So
okay. Because I know. All right, because you have another something that you got to do. So we gonna wrap this up, and
yeah,
I'm gonna let you go. But
okay,
before you go, bro, I just want to like tell everybody that this is Invicta Ryan or Ryan Johnson, if you will, right? And we already know the little things that and the other. And I know there's gonna be a lot of questions in the comment section. We don't want to get into the political stuff of Invicta. I told him before the show, I want to just have fun with it because I think
yeah,
a lot of times um I think there was a dropping of the ball, but like we're not gonna get into that. I just know that our relationship is based on
yeah,
what like something much more than watches,
of
right? And I
course,
think we
yeah,
get caught up in that so much, man. And I don't want you to get it twisted. You know what I'm saying? It's not
yeah.
me and him can talk, and a
Watches
watch
were
won't even
like,
come up in
yeah, for
what
a
do you
lot of us,
say?
the watches were just the introduction, and
It was the
even
introduction.
during the weekend that you and a couple of guys came up to Minnesota and hung out with me for a few nights, and we talked about watches 5-10% of the time, and it was just
Yeah,
busted on one or busted on the other,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
and just
Drinks,
just
good
just
food.
talk to and actually a couple vulnerable moments and stuff like that also, and the watches were the introduction. And
Malachite.
we'll always have that bond. Malachite, yeah.
Malachi, come on with the same. Hey man, listen, but come
Mm,
on's my hero, bro. I couldn't
yeah,
think of it either. I was like, dang, I know the
that's
stone, but I
it.
couldn't think of it. Couldn't think of it, bro. Let me ask you this. I got some watches that well, shoot, I don't even know what I did with the other one. What do you think of this right here?
Oh, that's cool. Is that all glow in the dark? And what's the material?
No, it's like some little polymer, it's little plastic, man. But I bought this off of Amazon. It was like $20 or something, bro.
It looks like
Little
it
fun.
should belong like in Tron or something like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, that's
cool.
it
Yeah.
right there. I'm
Yeah.
gonna end up giving this watch away. Um, there's two of them. I got a black and white one. I literally just I don't know what I did with the other one. But yeah, bro. So the next time we link up, I want to do something special, man.
Okay.
You had blessed me with some stuff before, and
Yeah.
I think when the next time we get a chance to do another live, I
Yeah.
want to do some giveaways, bro. I want to give away some wall clocks and some pieces and some Invicta. I got some Invicta jewelry and everything. I want to give some stuff away,
Mhm.
and I'll let you pick out randomly the people in the chat, and we could just ship that stuff out, man. What do you think
Okay.
about that?
That sounds good, man. I'd be more than happy to. So yeah,
Okay.
always happy to be here for you, brother.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna knock it, you know what I'm saying? This week, like I said, tomorrow, meet me at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I will be at Trifecta Watches out in Tippecanoe County, and we'll be talking about citizen watches. And stay tuned. I am going to go live before I go and talk to Phil from Visitor Watches. We'll just talk about, you know what I'm saying, like the introduction. I'll do a recap of last year's video, and then I have an Invicta timepiece that I'm going to review. And you know what? I'm going to send a picture to Ryan. I'm gonna get, even though I know you saw the watch, I just want to get your take on it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just get your take on it. Godfather's going to join me on like we're going to do a live and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be cool. This week's gonna be busy, man, and it's all downhill from here.
Ah,
So I appreciate everybody for watching, man. My
yeah.
man, my bro, Ryan, I appreciate you coming on, man. Thank you so much for
Always,
just
always,
gracing us with your presence, brother. You know what I'm saying?
always happy to be here. Thank you all for tuning in and being a part of the chat and everything else. And always happy to come here and be on with you, brother. Love you.
Man, love you too, bro. Hey,
All right.
family, thank you guys for watching. Until the next lightning strike, y'all be blessed.
All right.
We
Take
out of
care.
here.